The Obama Department of Justice has asked a court to grant immunity in the wake of the sentencing of Chelsea Manning. The Obama DOJ has asked the court to grant immunity to George Bush. This is reported by David Swanson at warisacrime.org in court papers filed in the United States Department of filed today. The United States Department of Justice requested that George W. Bush, Richard Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld, Colin Powell, Condoleezza Rice, and Paul Wolfowitz be granted procedural immunity in a case that alleged that they planned and waged the Iraq War in violation of international law. This motion was filed in a case wherein an Iraqi mother and refugee now living in Jordan filed a complaint earlier this year in San Francisco federal court where she alleged that the planning and waging of the war constituted a, quote, crime of aggression against Iraq. It's a legal theory that was used by the Nuremberg Tribunal. Quote, the DOJ claims that in planning and waging the Iraq War, ex-President Bush and key members of administration were acting within the legitimate scope of their employment and are thus immune from suit, Chief Counsel Inder Komar of Komar Law said. They are filing this motion pursuant to the Westfall Act certification of 1988, which permits the Attorney General at his or her discretion, in other words, they don't have to do this, to substitute the United States as a defendant and essentially grant absolute immunity to government employees. In the lawsuit, Sundus Sala alleges that Richard Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld, Paul Wolfowitz began planning for the Iraq War in 1998 through their involvement with the Project for the New American Century. Once they came to power, she alleges that Cheney, Rumsfeld, Wolfowitz convinced other Bush officials to invade Iraq by using 9/11 as an excuse to mislead and scare the American public into supporting a war. She claims that the United States failed to obtain United Nations approval prior to the invasion, rendering the invasion illegal and an act of impermissible aggression. Her attorneys say they do not see how the Westfall Act could apply here because the planning and the conduct at issue began prior to these defendants entering into office. But good for the Obama administration for, letting bygones be bygones. Wonder if we will see that type of graciousness and mercy that extended to other people who have now been sentenced. I doubt it.